Let me introduce myself. Hey, my name is Tasha, but I go by Sarita Bonita. And I'm just a young girl that see life in a different pair of eyes. Where I still believe in love. I still believe in, just the greatness in life, even through the struggles. And I'm just here to help you see the same thing. So I hope you enjoy. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Extra T on the Extra T podcast show, and I'm back with another message. What's up, family? I hope all is well with you guys, and I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm up early this morning. I remember I used to make podcasts early in the morning. For I used to be really on it, and I promise you, I'm gonna get back on it on everything, man. So we got shit to talk about for real, right? Because I love these type of conversations because they be intimate for real, right? And I hope it help whoever it help, right? But I'm finna tell you some shit, and I hope that I learned, what I'm saying, in my life. And I ain't gonna lie, life is a journey, friend. Remember that, okay? But you remember I always say, love yourself. Love self love is, and I'm sure y'all seen a lot of signs or a lot of people be talking about self love and all of that. Self love is not just going to buy yourself that purse. Self love ain't just you buying yourself a treat yourself, getting you some weave that 30 inch your bust down, or that platinum blonde hair, them new lashes, your lashes done and all that. Or you just self love is all it could be all of that. But real true self love, friend, the ugly part, people don't know about the dark parts of self love. Self love is putting yourself first too, friend. And also, let me tell you this right here. Keeping it real with yourself, even if it hurt. This is the reason why a lot of us be so defensive. Well, I can speak for me. You get what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, friend. I've been doing a lot of shadow work these past couple of days, especially past couple of weeks. And I've been facing the truth, baby, and that truth hurt bad as fuck. It hurt so bad, friend. It hurt bad. You get what I'm saying? When you have to really tell yourself that was naive as hell. You was gullible. You get what I'm saying? You was a little desperate. You was. You was a little naive, friend. And when even if you didn't know that at the time, that's what it was. You just a person that's trying to find happiness. And outside of yourself, and you don't know, you don't really know. You have to learn. And that's why I have to really tell myself the truth. But also learn how to give myself grace. But I had to give myself some real ugly ass truth, friend. To the point sometimes I just get teary eyed. I don't even know why I'm getting teary eyed. You get what I'm saying? Because it's embarrassing. People watching you make a damn fool out of yourself. And you don't know it. No, man, you got to still give a fuck about what other people think either, friend. Hold on, let's not get that twisted. But you also be real with yourself, though. You get what I'm saying? And this time you do it better. You do it different. You don't stop being a lover girl because you were made a fool out of it before in life. Or a lover boy because you were made a fool out of yourself. You made a fool out of yourself the last time. A lot of us, I told you, and I don't mean to put project on you. I'm just saying for people that can relate to me, a person with a big heart, and you got this bubbly side that you be want to show people because you can feel. Well, on my definition with me, I can only speak for myself. And this coming from me, I can feel like, sometimes you get tired. Sometimes you do be afraid to be alone because it'd be more fun trying. Cause life can get scary sometimes, especially when you're afraid of abandonment and you're afraid of rejection. My trauma, and I ain't just trying to blame it on trauma, but I'm gonna be real with you, friend, because this was mostly what it was. Because when I was younger, friend, my God was up, friend. When I was younger, I was that little kid that was serious as hell. It was a little intimidating, and I was more of looked at as a threat. You get what I'm saying? When people will told you, when you serious and you firm and you ain't easy to manipulate. Oh, baby, you threaten, right? And then I let life knock me down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got misled. And I ain't gonna lie, to the point, I made so much of a fool of myself to the point I lost myself. And I'm gonna be real with you, that was the best thing I ever did. Because if I wasn't a damn fool, and if I didn't lose myself, I would have never found myself. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes the person that you were when you were younger is who you are, but just with a little more white, a little bit more wisdom, right? I'm gonna be real with you, friend. I'm just I be hearing some of the truth and I sit down and I analyze shit. I be like, damn, that hurt. To the point I be wanting to sometimes mug get on ego and you get mad, you get angry. Which I got a video coming. I got some shit coming. So I'm gonna prepare y'all now. I got some shit coming, boy. And it's me expressing my emotions, and and I'm a little aggressive with it, right? Because I held down so many emotions. You get what I'm saying? I held down a lot, you know, because I was afraid to be vulnerable. I felt silly as hell. I felt embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And then let me tell you something what makes me realize, right? And I ain't got to compare myself to other people. When you look around, it's so many people out here that experience heartbreaks. It's so many people out here that made a fool out of themselves. Why you beating yourself down? Sometimes, friend, now I'm not saying it's okay all the time, but we fall down, friend, but long as you get back up, you get what I'm saying? It gonna be times in life you make a plumb D fool out of your motherfucking self. But you dust yourself out. You say, you know what, bitch, that was dumb as hell. But one thing about you better not never let yourself be that dumb again. Get up, give me a hug, and I love you. You do that to yourself. You get what I'm saying? And you don't got to talk mean to yourself like that. But after you sit down first, when you fall on that ground, right, and you feel that little hurt, that hurtness in you, the depths in your heart, that hurt part of you, that part that need a hug. Because a lot of us don't really like to admit that some of us need a hug, friend. A hug from yourself. You get what I'm saying? A shoulder to lean on, a listening ear. A lot of the reason why people don't see you, feel unseen, you feel unheard, because you ain't listening to you. You too embarrassed. You too egotistical and defensive to hear the truth about what really that's in front of you. And this is why we keep on repeating cycles. Sometimes you gotta be the mother to that little kid in you. And if you don't know how, learn how. You get what I'm saying? That ain't no excuse that you don't know how. Learn how, friend. Let me tell you this. You're not gonna always know the answers. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna always know the answers, friend. You're not gonna always know every direction, and it's okay. You get what I'm saying? But when you get done rubbing yourself and hugging yourself on the back and allowing yourself to speak, and you listening there, you sitting there, because sometimes a lot of us, we don't feel, sometimes crying feel like weakness. And I used to hate feelings. I used to hate feelings, friend. I used to be so irritable that I was a crybaby. But the whole time I didn't know I was an empath. And a lot of times it really helped me. Really, the reason why I was easily manipulated in the past was because I'm an empath. I can feel the my inner kid, my the innocence part of my heart. Never like to see people down. I hate to see people sad. I hate to see people being mistreated. But who got you? What about you, friend? What about you being mistreated? We don't see that. So divine will bring people in our life to treat us the way we treat us. I mean, now we holding ourselves accountable, beating ourselves up, even though you already beat yourself up the first time before you met the person. Now you even more hard on yourself. You're caging yourself up instead of just learning. This is the reason why we have PTSD and all these trust issues. But really, all you gotta do is just take accountability, friend. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you fucked up. Yeah, you might get played. Yeah, that was stupid. But you gotta learn from it, friend. If you ain't gonna be able to ever be honest with you, you will never meet somebody else that's gonna be honest with you, or you're gonna get triggered when they be honest with you. And the reason why you get triggered because sometimes you low key believe that about yourself. And it's okay that you didn't see yourself clearly, friend. And I'm talking to you, or even I'm talking to myself, friend. In the future, whenever I watch this, you fucked up, yeah, but you're human, friend. You get what I'm saying? And I don't care if it is an audience full of people laughing at you. Because sometimes people, when you, that's what you mostly be afraid of. You may get made a fool out of. You being the donkey of the day. You get up and you say, you know what, bitch? We're gonna learn from us being the donkey of the motherfucker day. You get what I'm saying? What have you learned in today, class? To be more observant. Take your time. And I'm gonna take your time. What's the rush? I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Dog, I'm a mutt. It's so crazy. I would listen to this video of this reader, and she said, like, what did you learn this year, right? And when she said that, I was just like, bro, about like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you was a little naive. And I was like, man, I can't do nobody accept it. You was naive, you was a little gullible. And I was, friend. It's so crazy because deep down you can know the truth. But you be afraid to face it because you know it's gonna trigger a wound. But what if I tell you, if you gonna get triggered, you better trigger yourself and heal that shit. Pain don't last forever, or trauma. It lasts forever when we keep on running from it. Yes, it comes up. Yes, it stings. Yes, it's not fair. But friend, it's all a learning. It's a journey. We're in Earth School. You get what I'm saying? And when I turn on the radio, all you hear, friend, I'm just saying, like, even if you hear songs, people have been made a fool out of before. It's going to always be somebody making a fool or try to make a fool out of you. And you can't get mad because they want to come towards you and make a fool out of you, or they're attracted to your light. You just got to know better. You got to know what boundaries for. And anybody who try to change your boundaries or don't like your boundaries are people that's not for you. And I mean it. There ain't nobody but the enemy trying to knock down your walls. You get what I'm saying? I got a whole message about how people will punish you because you catch on to them. Check that message right there out. And boy, it's some heat. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me tell you this. When you start waking up, even if people know that they know that they making a fool out of you, they will still be mad at you because you woke up and found out they were making a fool out of you, friend. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you just got, you know what? Learn. You get what I'm saying? Because for one, so many people out here running from themselves. So they running towards people playing people and don't even know that they sign themselves up, you know, because what goes around comes around. You get what I'm saying? And we could be so caught into our ego and you don't even know that life will fuck people for you. Life will get your lick back before you. Or life will get your lick back for you. And you only and I told myself that I had to have ego deaths because I have multiple ego deaths. You gotta be okay even if people don't get their karma, friend. You get what I'm saying? You gotta be okay with it. Because if you so busy worrying if somebody else get karma, then baby, you ain't focused on your own plate. You still got healing to do. You get what I'm saying? Healing ain't bad, friend, but it ain't easy because you gotta tell yourself the fucking ugly truth. I'm talking about the truth that's gonna have you triggered in a motherfucker. But I got one question, friend. Would you rather you hurt your own feelings or you want somebody else and people and constantly getting your feelings hurt multiple times, at times? One thing a motherfucker did taught me, shout out to you, motherfucker, is sometimes you can hit rock bottom. I mean, you could be scared to hit rock bottom. Or you hit rock bottom, it ain't as bad as you thought it was. Let me tell you something. Your soul have wings. You don't know your strength until you've been put in situations that you think of life breaking you, but life making you. You got one choice to make, friend. You got to pick two, and I'm gonna end it off like this. Pressure make pipes. I mean, pressure can bust pipes, and pressure also can make diamonds. Which one you gonna be? Because I found and chose my side, and I'm still doing shadow work. I'm still telling myself the ugly ass truths, moment by moment, little by little, whatever time, anytime it come up. Because a lot of the reasons why it's old stuff coming up, old feelings coming up, old triggers coming up, old feelings coming up, because it's ready to be come out, friend. It's ready to come out. It's not weak to cry. It's not weak to be vulnerable. If you're gonna be vulnerable with anybody, you better be vulnerable with your damn self. Do you hear me, friend? Ain't nobody obligated to spur you, friend. Everybody don't give a fuck about having a good heart. Everybody don't give a fuck about. It's a lot of people out here that ain't gonna give a fuck about your feelings. That's why it's your job to give a fuck about your feelings. That's why it's your job to protect you. And you don't gotta cut all you ain't gotta be 100. You ain't gotta be super guarded, because if you super guarded, mean you ain't healing, friend. You ain't telling yourself the truth. Be humble enough to know that you know what, everybody not like that. And also protect yourself, because you're gonna feel them wolves. You gonna feel them cause for one, they gonna force it. Oh, why you gonna got all them goddamn boundaries? Oh, why you switching up? They got a problem with everything you do, friend. They can't keep your name out their mouth. They can't never, you ain't never good enough for what they doing, because that's what I tell you. People don't like what they don't understand. And some of these bitches ain't meant to understand. They meant to be out left out in the cold. You get what I'm saying? Just because somebody reject you don't mean you a failure. Just because they don't like you don't mean you ain't a good person. And just because you had to put a bitch in their place sometime, even here and there, don't make you a bad person. You see what I'm saying? And your shadow side don't make you devilish. Your shadow side was protect that good side, that vulnerable side. You being mean to everybody because you mean you were vulnerable to somebody that played you. No. Stand on business with them. But no, cause don't do it to everybody. I mean, you of course you keep you keep boundaries, friend. But barriers, no. Cause barriers block your blessings. That's what the enemy wants you to do. To be guarded and to be snappy and to be angry and to be misunderstood, so you can feel out of place and out of mind. Or for you can go do something ignorant. Or you can miss out on people, because people can be blessings too. People are blessings. They ain't gonna be canned. They are blessings. Just everybody ain't the same, friend. And I had to learn it. You want different, you gotta be different. By facing, you want somebody gonna be honest and patient with you, you gotta learn how to be honest and patient with you. You see what I'm saying? It's easy for us to see the problems in other people, but it's hard for us to see the problem in our own self. When you start learning how to take accountability, that's a whole nother side of sexiness. There's a whole nother side of growing up, friend. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna consider myself grown. I won't consider myself grown until I learn how to take real full accountability. Then it's grown, friend. You get what I'm saying? That shit hurt. But I'm telling you, friend, it gonna save you in the long run. It gonna be times you gonna be mad in the motherfucker. Feel your anger. Stop rejecting your feelings. But also give yourself a pat on the back. Say, you know what? I'm glad I finally woke up to it. Because it's easy to be sleep to a pattern. It's easy to close off and act like you don't see nothing. But it's hard as fuck to face it. You get what I'm saying? But it's the main thing that free you. The gig is how to move forward and how to save yourself is taking accountability and being real with yourself, even if it hurt. It hurt my soul to when I look at certain people and I really see who they truly. When you start being honest with yourself, you start seeing people for who they truly are, and it hurts. It hurt like a motherfucker. When I told you on the healing journey, you're gonna have seasons where you come off bitter. You're gonna be bitter. You're gonna be angry, but it's just a phase. And you're gonna be you're gonna keep on being bitter if you don't never face it and say, you know what? Hey, if you don't give yourself grace and say, hey, look, I learned my lesson, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I was silly as hell. Now, when I know better, I gotta do better now. You get what I'm saying? And you ain't gotta force it and try to rush it. It's gonna naturally come. When you take your time, friend. Take your time, what's the rush? I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Look, friend. Be proud of yourself because you woke up. Be proud of yourself that you got saved by the bell. Be proud of yourself. And if you're going to drink anything today or you're going to do it, smoke anything today, give yourself a pat on the back. Man, you need to do that for celebration by facing your motherfucking pain. Facing your inner truth. That the real, your real enemy, the real person blocking your blessings is you. I heard this song that say, the Kirk dude, he was like, I just want to be happy. He said, well, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. So crazy. I had this friend at the time. It told me, she was like, life, somebody was telling her life can be so simple. We just make it hard. On God we do. On God we do. And it's because it's spiritual warfare. The devil be playing tricks with our mind. We be proud for his hell. That stubbornness can cost you shit. I ain't gonna lie, friend. I've been getting to the point. My motherfucker, you get to facing truth so much to the point, if you be scared to call a motherfucker your friend, which I don't really, when I say friend, they don't be always meaning motherfuckers in my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I done been a damn, one thing I can teach you, I can tell you, friend. I done been a damn fool when it come to friends. I ain't gonna lie. I done been a damn motherfucking fool. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real with you. And it's because, well, I can't even really put my hand on why I was like that and why. And it's because, I don't know. I feel this feeling in my heart of community. You know, you be want to build your own community. You be want to pour into people and shit. I ain't got to the point I be scared. When I say scared as in like, not just calling people friend, I be barely want to say friend. When I woman stores and, you know, I say, yeah, this is just the way I talk. This is just my demeanor. I mean, that's just who I am as a person. Like, hey, friend, what's up, Bookie? But them, that don't mean, you know, you in my inner circle. But, as in like, oh, I'm finna tell you the password. I'm finna tell you all my damn business. I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. Now, I used to be the gullible and dumb as hell for that in the past. And no shade. I'm sorry, Tata, for saying it. But it's real. It's real. It's real. I was dumb as hell for that. And I'm thankful that I went through it because now we know better. We could have been still dumb as hell. And if you feel like you are a friend, hey. Today is a new day. You get what I'm saying? I got one question to you. Are you going to be that busted pipe or are you going to be a fucking diamond? I'm going to talk to you later. Love you, friend.